Good night, sir.
All right. Happy that you guys are doing pretty good. Um, I was about to say if Mikey not coming to class because so Mikey can't tell me good night to everybody say me good night away from you. Me go cut you off in a bridging.
Sorry, I never hear what me say.
No, me go cut you off. You and listen to me, the rest of you didn't hear it either, right? Me go cut you off, Mikey, because come into the class and pause, Venika and Asia say, oh, this sir, you not say nothing.
No, I actually said it over the mic.
Well, guess what? It only stop at your end. Don't worry about it, yeah, Papa. Phone doing good.
Yeah, man, sir, good man.
Nice, nice, nice. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Very nice, puppy. I'm happy that you guys are here. I am missing the two new people plus um Alicia, Dowdin. But anyhow, let us go. Um, I did some should I call it now? Some review um post class presentation and I was going through, as I normally do to see how, if I could have done anything better. I'm very proud of myself in terms of when I present a lesson. And I look back and I said to myself, well, you know, in all honesty, this really wasn't a difficult class. And then I thought to myself that, you know, I need to do some calculations tonight. But even though what it is that we did last time was a foundation for what is to come. So tonight we're going to actually do some calculations. And also we need to understand a little bit more about these charts. So on screen, you see me have something I call multiple bar charts or diagrams. We're just going to read through. Well, I hope you already read through, but we're going to talk about it. I'm going to present one or two more stuff, and then we're going to go into some line graphs, and then we need to look at some frequency polygons. You know, we need to start doing some calculation. Even though this chapter is on presentation of data, how it is that you're going to present the data. So you'd have collected some data. How are you going to now present it? Present it in a manner that is readable, present it in a manner that your readers, you know, find it interesting to want to see more about the study. Because, you know, I remember going to school and some geology textbooks. There was one of them in particular, my goodness gracious, I could not read that book to save my life. And the way the book was structured, it wasn't really a textbook. It was a compilation of research done right across the Caribbean. And they call it a textbook. And they said we're supposed to know it cover to cover. And it was hard to read. But when you started going through and looking at the research, you recognize that one region is connected to another. And you recognize that the Caribbean region is really one connection. And then it became a little bit more interesting. And then, you know, you understood the stuff. I don't want that to reach you with the math, because I know some of you are petrified for the math. What I want to do is to present the information to you in such, you know, chunk-sized pieces that you can appreciate it. But importantly, you have to put the work, the legwork in for yourselves, or else all of this won't work. All right. So just to say, you need to put the legwork in. So in a multiple bar diagram, two or more sets of interrelated data are represented. A multiple bar diagram facilitates comparison between one or more phenomena. So in that multiple bar chart, we could demonstrate some dip and strikes. That multiple bar chart, we could demonstrate female garbage collectors versus male garbage collectors. I had a student in the first cohort who says to me that I am going to take over the headship of NSWMA, and she's very adamant that someday she's going to take it over. And guess what? Any one of you can go for that. It will be right up your street in terms of taking care of the environment. Right up your street. Environmental chemistry would have taught Venica and Alicia and Dowdin that I know the rest of you will need to do the environmental chemistry. The engineering geology would also take that into consideration, how it is that we can recycle and use composite material in building. Not only that it's going to be cheaper for people, but it stays cooler. There is a resident of Gardena Boulevard that the roof is made, the inner core is made out of styrofoam, right? And when the heat pelts it, the styrofoam acts as a buffer. So the houses stay much cooler. That is engineering geology, right? That is engineering geology, or that is engineering science within the environmental science thing. So the scope is very wide. So you can do a comparison of this multiple bar chart with houses that are built, you know, regularly versus houses that are built using environmentally friendly materials, to see which of the two houses will be kept cooler, right? So these are things that we can use. So the technique of making it a simpler bar chart is used to draw this the diagram, but the difference is that we use different shades, colors, or dots to distinguish between the phenomena, right? So of course, in order for you to know which is which, we're going to color code them. And of course, you know from geography that you must have a key for each graph that you do, right? So we used to draw multiple bar charts if the total different phenomena is meaningless. So for example, we're going to draw a multiple bar chart for the data that is represented. We're talking about import versus export. And we're looking at the years 91 through to 95. So we want to do a comparison. You are at the Jamaica Customs in occupational health and safety. By the way, have you done that course already?
Yes, sir. Last
Yes,
semester.
sir.
Last semester, right.
Environmental health and safety.
Right. So again, customs is a place where you guys can go because you know you need to talk to the people themselves. Here the plan, we not to take off them containers off of the wharf. There are several things that we have to do. How you pack the containers, you have to be very careful. I saw a video some time ago of some containers toppling over, and I'm just imagining I am on the ground floor and seeing a container coming towards me. I don't know what I would do. I know I would have to get out of the way, but will I get out of the way fast enough? Because it knows that it's sure crushing, all right? Because whether or not it's empty, that in and of itself is very heavy, all right? So environmental health and safety is very important. It's a very important component. Lots of people never used to pay it in mind back then in the day, but now it is very important. You know, like one person may go into if say for example in a bank and somebody's retrieving Michael's signature card and forgot to push in the bottom drawer, and Venica is walking now trying to go and see the other client has, and poor Venica no recognize that the bottom drawer is open. Boof! Him drop over it, tear up our knee, and you know, these are some of the things that we have to be very careful and mindful of, right? How it is that we're going to be creating a safe environment for people to work. So if we're comparing those two stuff, so those two stuff coming off the wharf, right? Oh Lord, how do I do this? If I reduce it, you may not see me. I'm trying to. All right, so 1991, we have 7930 and 4260. So you may not see that this is 7930, but it is almost 800. So, and this one is, call it 400. So one of the things that you need to recognize, the specificity of it, when you are representing these things on a bar chart, and you're going to any financial reporting or budget meeting, don't think that they're going to say, oh, for imports, we imported 7,930 cars and 4,260. What do you think they're going to report for 1991 imports?
That it's more than the export. That's what you mean?
No, but when they're reporting the import numbers at 7930, what do you think they will say? They will give a rounded value. So they say 8,000.
As in like 7,900.
Or they could say 7,900. They could say 7,900, or for ease of or they could say 8,000. Some
8,000. Okay.
Some 8,000 imports and some 4,000 exports. Is what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when they're looking at the stuff, 8,000.
The nearest 500.
Absolutely. So the mere 7,000, 8,000 imports versus 4,000 exports. We're talking about a 50% differential. Because the man them don't have to go and say 4,260. When they want the specificity of it, no, they look at the data. But when they're presenting the information, they're going to say some 8,000 imports were made and some 4,000. Here they will say maybe right here, so because it's 8 and then 10, they may say some 9,000 imports for 1992. And they may go and say some 5,000 imports for exports for 1992. And see, 9,000, 5,000. So they're rounding up the data so that it is ease to communicate. when they want, as I said, the specificity of it, they will go ahead and give you the actual numbers. But for reporting purposes, I can look at it and I can say some 9,000 imports for 1992. 1992 over 1994. 1994 had some 12,000 because right about, I mean, I'm going to say 11,900, 11,700, thereabout. I'm going to say some 12,000, right? So the imports over 1992 compared to that is going to be a 3,000 differential because this was 9,000 and this was 3,000. So in 2 years, we were able to import 3,000 more, whatever it is, cars or whatever it is, biscuits, whatever the situation is. So it's for you to be able to look at it. And one of the things I can say, at no point in time was export more than imports. However, and this is like a statistical report, as the years increase, imports and exports gradually increased, where the exports in 1994 were comparable to the exports for 1995. Do you think that is a fair statement when you look at the graph?
Yeah, 1994 and 1995 is somewhat similar.
Yeah, man. And then when you go back to the actual figures, you can say, blow, it's true, 8,700. And yeah, man. So it's pretty close. So the multiple bar chart gives you information, comparing 2 or more variables at the same time. And you could actually compare 3. You could actually compare 3, right? So it has its benefits. It has its benefits. So as I said, what it is that we're looking at is how it is that we're going to present our data. All right, any question on that, or I can move on?
Can move on.
Yeah, it's good so far.
So when you talk about the component bar chart now, this is going to be subdivided, or a subdivided or a component bar chart is used to represent the data in which the total magnitude is divided into different components. So right here we have boys, and up here we have girls. All right. In this diagram, first we make simple bar. Remember, the bar graphs have space, or is it the histogram that have space?
Bar graph have space.
The bar graph is the one that have the space, and histogram is the one that is close together.
Like
right.
House.
No, the histogram is Portmore. The histogram is Portmore. Them
Oh,
join,
the
not close
catch-up
together.
one.
Yeah, not close together. Said join.
No space, not their own.
No space, not their own there. Right? So your backside is your neighbor's bedroom or kitchen wall or whatever wall it is. So they are joined actually. All right. So first we're going to make simple bar for each class, taking the total magnitude in that class, and then divide these simple bars into parts, ratio of the various components. So we're looking at football, you're looking at the ratio between male and females here, right? And hockey, rugby, and other sports. All right. So you'll have various types of graphs, and you will use your graphs based on the information that you're trying to portray. You won't go and use something that will definitely not give you what it is that you're trying to bring across. So maybe something like this, a box and whisker plot, would not be the best way to represent the data. So when you're presenting your data, you'll find the most appropriate way to represent that data. All right. And then now you have the component bar that is vertical. So this here is one way. And then now you're going to have this one sideways. So I mean, it's just a matter of preference, right? Again, I can do my representation of my component bar chart in vertical format, where and this picture is not so clear, forgive me, but you can have things, information here. This is proportion of customers by age and the flavors of ice cream that they like. Persons who are older than 35 years, you clearly can see that their preference is going to be chocolate. All right. And those that are less than 14 years, their preference there is vanilla. Right. You can look at those between 15 to 34 years, and those who are less than 14 years have a similar taste buds to strawberry. So as I said before, it's just a matter of preference. So when you're doing your presentation, please don't just stick to one. don't just stick to one representation. Use as many as you can possibly use, or vary them. So you use one way this week, this time around. The next time around, you present your data in another fashion. So it is that it does not become monotonous, and it shows your flexibility to data presentation. Fair enough?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Now, this one here, the line graph, is when you show information that is connected in some way. You're a car dealer, and you're renting a car, or you operate, since we're doing environmental stuff, let me use an environmental scenario. You have your environmental consultancy firm, and you want to show how many plastic bottles are collected over a week along the Palisades or along in the beach area. And a line graph would be best to represent that, because you are presenting the information that is connected in some way, shape, or form. The information is connected. So on Monday for this ice cream sales, there were $410 sold. On Tuesday, we had $440. Wednesday, $550. Thursday, $420. Friday, they went up to $610. And of course, Saturday, is when everybody not in school and them walking the streets. So them sell $790. And on Sunday, some persons in the evening will go out, and they almost sold as much as it did the day before at $770. Now we're going to be doing a line graph. One of the things that I tried doing for you is presenting the data step by step. So we're going to let the vertical scale go up from 0 to 800. So we're putting dollars on our vertical scale, going from 0 up to 800. From 0 up to 800. And then of course we're going up into increments of 200. So do we have to do it like that? No, but this is just an example of what it is that I did, right? So every tick mark, I'm going to go by 200. All right, so I'm counting by 200. That's what it means. Then I'm going to draw a vertical scale with tick marks. Then I'm going to label the tick marks and give the scale a label. Find some label for it. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal scale with tick marks, and I'm going to label them as well. And then I'm going to put a dot for each data value, and then I'm going to connect the dots. What I'm saying to you is, here I'm going to have my dollar value. I'm going to have my dollar value, right? And here I'm going to put the days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the information I'm going to represent accordingly. So on Monday, we went to 410. So I'm going to be looking for 410. I'm going to put a dot. See here? It says we can connect the dots and give the graph a title. So you're going to put some dots at 5. Put a dot for each data value. So Tuesday at 440, I'm going to put it right here. So forth and so on. So forth and so on. Now I can see the trend in ice cream sales. What sticks out at you for these ice cream sales? Let me see if you're picking up anything.
There is a rapid growth from Thursday up until Saturday.
Very good. Something else jumps out at me for sure. You're correct, Paz, but something else jumps out. What is it?
The highest amount of sale was Saturday. That's it.
No, something else.
Sale decline on Sunday.
That's where you see the decline?
Oh, sir, what was the
I mean,
question?
from
Is there anything else that jumps out at you? So Paz spoke about the most obvious, but there's another one. He spoke about a rapid increase from Thursday through Saturday. But there's another one that sticks out, that jumps out, that should jump out at you. Not as
the
significant as the decrease
from
over
Wednesday to Thursday.
from Wednesday to Thursday, yes. So there is a decline or decrease in sales from Wednesday to Thursday. So if you are in business, you will need to use information like these. You know, every time I teach areas such as this, I get a little antsy is the word I'm looking for. Because I want an opportunity to scrape up all of them eagle in a town and say, come, maths class time. Because some of them don't recognize how to track their sales. Them go to town and them sell a pair of shoes for $3,000 and them say, all right, it's $1,000, this is my daily partner. Then pay $600 for rent the spot. Then go buy a big lunch out of it. And at the end of the day, them don't have no more money left. They don't take out any money out of the money to say, all right, this is to replenish the stock, right? So for each amount, for every sale that you make, the money has a ratio in its division. So either you're going to take $1,000 or you're going to take, and they don't use it as 1,000. It shouldn't be used as 1,000. It's going to be used as percentage. 50% for argument's sake is going to put down, so it is that it can go back a foreign or go down a Bashko or go somewhere else to replenish your stock. Because if you sell, at some point in time, you are going to be out and you're not going to be able to replenish because there's no inventory that is taken. So you know that you sell something and you look and say, but you know, so we did have two, you know, but we don't know where them gone, you know. So you're a little corner shop man and you have a little ice cream parlor. You plot your sales at the end of the week. You sit down and you look on it and say, you know, Monday, clearly these people may be saying to them friends, and my corner shop open, you know, instead. Why the sales are, is it close half day, or was there a situation why we saw a decline? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir, we're hearing you.
Oh no, I thought
You
something.
kind of chipping in and out just a while ago,
Yeah, it
but
just
I'm
told me that
hearing you.
right. It just told me that my internet is unstable. That's why I paused and asked a question. All right. At any point in time, you're not hearing me or I'm chipping, just
Okay.
say something, please. I've been struggling with the internet access
For
since
sure.
last night. All right. So information such as this should be used. Rainfall is one good way of tracking like this. Rainfall is an excellent way to track something of this nature. All right. So that ends
Line graph.
the line graph, and that ends the little talk up. I think we are now in the mode of doing some calculations. So those are just how it is that we're going to be presenting our data. All right. So we did our pictogram, we did our pie charts, look at our bar charts, look at simple, multiple, and component, did we?
Yes, sir, definitely.
And we looked at our line graph. So we've gone through the first three areas of the content. So now we need to look at some frequency distribution, both our grouped and our ungrouped data. I may not be able to go through both of them. And then afterwards, we're going to be looking at some histograms, frequency polygons and curves, and cumulative frequency. And then that should end our unit on presentation of data. Draw a pie chart, bar graph, histogram, use exploratory data analysis techniques to select the most suitable tools for data analyzing. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to use exploratory data analysis techniques to select most suitable tools for data analyzing. So you get your data, you have to go find out which is the best way to represent the data. So I'm going to get some data set and give to you. And I'm going to ask you to look at it to see which is going to be the best way in order to do your data analysis, right? Because you will have to be able to do this at some point in time. Maybe not in an exam, but for sure in your field of work, whatever you're doing, you will have to be able to do represent your data in a manner that you can communicate, all right? So we're going to be looking at some frequency distribution.
Sorry, sir. Unit 2 is already uploaded to Canvas?
Not yet.
Okay.
I thought of doing it yesterday, but I said to myself, let me just go through this first, and then I will put it there. And What I will do for Canvas is not to put my fulsome notes there, but I would prefer to WhatsApp the notes, but I will put an outline there for on Canvas.
Okay, sir.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I normally do when I'm teaching the other math courses, it's, as a matter of fact, sorry, forgive me.
Sure, no, any surface you go put them.
Yeah. I forgot where I was. I forgot where I was. I thought I was in a chemistry class. I forgot where I was. So we're not using Canvas Paz. We're using Editasoft. So
Okay.
the stuff are already up on Editasoft. I need to get you guys. Did I register you guys for Editasoft already? No.
No, we only spoke about it
No.
last class.
Right. So I'll take some time today to do it because your environmental stats is already available. It's already available. Thanks, Mikey, for when you have people around, it makes life so much easier. I'm here telling you that yeah, we're going to be using Canvas. We're not using no Canvas. Let me do a new share of let me get you there. I'm almost sure that I already set up for environmental statistics. Yes, I have. It's right here. Let me just go to do me a favor, guys. I'm going to mute in for about 2 minutes. What I want you to do is just send me in the, by the way, do we have a WhatsApp group?
Sorry, you get at the
Yes,
same
Michael.
evening.
Yes, sir.
Michael did it. Thank you very much, Michael. Yes. So I want all of you just to put your email addresses in for me in the, make sure that it's correct because I'm just going to copy it and paste it into Editasoft. I can do that very quickly since there are just a few of us here. So just send me your email via WhatsApp and I'll do it. But give me 2 minutes, please.
Okay.
Okay, so in the group.
Yeah, the WhatsApp, you said.
Sir, Carol not doing the course this semester.
Oh, she isn't?
No, she has to do Geo too, so it clashes with this time, so she has to drop this course.
Oh, okay. Oh, so there are 7 of us then?
Yeah, 7.
No problem. Thanks much. All right. Really appreciate it. Oh, since I'm there, let me just add the student to this, to my first class. Give me 1 second, please. Let me just. All right, so all of you are there. The default password is welcome. You can go ahead and change your password when you first log on by going to my profile. Let me just show you. I've not taught any of you in a math course. This is the first math course. So you are in the stuff here. What you need to do is
Sir,
to
breaking
go.
up again.
Oh Lord, what is happening? Jeez.
Well, perfect on my side.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? I don't know, but
Yeah.
from last night, I had 4 different people calling me, including my wife, was saying that she was calling me the other day, and as the phone didn't ring, it went directly to a voicemail. And I have a senior person that from church that I oversee, and she said that she has been calling me for 2 days, and it just don't ring. So I don't know if it is. I don't know. I really don't. I can't tell you. Mrs. Hall Francis said she was calling me and can't get through to me. I don't know what is happening. But anyhow, Paz, any better now, Papa?
Yes, sir. It was my internet unstable this time.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm
Some
sorry,
people.
can I
The
repeat
link.
the password?
Welcome.
Welcome.
All lowercase welcome.
Hello, yes.
Lowercase WELCOME.
Yeah, the link to the site, look like it's working.
No man, it's working, It's working, man, because it's a web-based thing.
All right,
So
remember sign out and sign in button.
yeah, man. So it's educosoft, educosoft.com. It's a web-based link, so once you have internet, it will always work.
Yeah, I got in.
Very nice. I would love if all of you could try, so at least I know. Yes, so I'm seeing that pass. You've logged on at 8:19. Just a minute as well. Stepping away. Try logging on for me, please. I'm coming.
Yes, sir. Venica, where you go after you log in?
I am trying to remove the pop-up blocker. Hello. Continue. Let's see if it actually ever work. Yeah. So I disable the pop-up blocker thingy.
Where you go again? So disable that.
You go on it, you see the ticks.
I
So
see
when
one
you
tick.
so when you log in,
Mm-hmm.
let me X off of this. Already I tell me some log in. Hold on, just refresh it.
I wanna go through.
So this always weird. All
Yeah,
right. So when you press log in,
mm-hmm.
then you see requirements you have and comments.
Requirements.
Like
I
when you
don't
click, let me see, probably I can't even share it because sir probably has share.
I think Michael, your issue is probably that you're not selected Jamaica. It probably select another thing there.
Yes,
That's why
very
I
good.
probably can't get.
So if it says user credentials is something, you have to ensure that you select the Jamaican flag. Just look to the top left-hand corner to make sure that the Jamaican flag is selected.
Oh, cause
Do me a favor. Share. Let me stop. Let me stop sharing. You share your screen for me. Let me see what it says you're doing. Venica, are you back at work now?
From today, sir.
Sorry. I have been planning that question for the longest while, but I said it just came out a while ago.
Yes, sir, from today.
You guys are unruly.
No, sir, not a chance.
I need to move the pop-up blocker.
All right. So sorry, just click, click that, and then I will help you. No, go to the Lord. Are you using Mozilla Firefox? That's what you're using?
No, Sapphire.
Safari.
Safari.
Oh my Lord. How do I do this for Safari now? No, if the pop-up blocker is there, you're not going to be able to navigate well. There's going to be some things in the background that will never ever come up, and you're going to get frustrated. Do you have?
It come up now, you know.
It is up now, but all right. Go to course tools for me, to the top left.
Top
Left
left.
course tools. Click on assessment. Click no, sorry. Sorry. Go to tutorials for me. Go to tutorials for me. Click on one introduction to setting. No, presentation of data. Sorry. Organization of quantitative data, frequency distribution. So see everything I'm going through. Click on tutorial. Everything that I'm going through is actually there. You click on it.
Yes, sir.
All right. What is happening?
You just
Say nothing.
Yeah.
Right. It's not going to happen because it is when you click on the stuff, the pop-up, the information in the background is being blocked. So you're going to be able to see the stuff, but when you click on it, it's not going to come up none at all. So you have to log out again so we can fix those first. So log out and then log back in.
Sir, if it's a case where we did that for the pre-calculus, is it a case where we don't have to do the pop-up thing again, because I'm not seeing it, but I'm able to access the tutorial?
Right. So if you once you set it on your computer,
Yeah.
It's a one-time set.
Okay.
So Michael may have changed the system.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some updates the other day.
Right.
Oh boy.
Safari was on my tablet, but never for this side. All right. Oh, so one of them fixes us a browser. Oh, that's a problem. What it is saying is that Safari 16.6 is not supported. The supported browser is going to be Firefox 1.5 and above or Netscape 7 plus. See it at the bottom. Look at the bottom. It says information Mozilla Firefox. Bam, 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 all the way version Safari 16.6 or higher is what it will be used. That means your Safari is lower than that. Are you using a tablet or a computer?
Computer.
Wow.
Right, might have to do some updates.
Yeah, if you click there, it's not gonna help. Yeah.
So if I use Firefox, it will work?
It should work.
I'm afraid of Firefox, but I'm gonna try it.
It should. Do you have Firefox on your system?
No.
As a browser, what is just a Safari browser alone you have?
Yep.
All right. I was told that whenever you have a computer, always have a backup browser. In the event that one is even problem, you can go to the other to reset the one before. That's what my computer text told me. All right, so you can sort that out. Everybody has got on? Everybody has okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, do me a favor. Mikey, don't come out here. Do me a favor. I see a down button up top to the far right. Go up. The first one no, the other one to the left. Click on show. Okay, no, it's all right. It's all right. That's download. Click on the plus. Let me see something. No, it's all right. Go back. But then it says not supported, so there's nothing I can do to fix that. Yeah, it's going to be problematic. Yes, guys. So there are quite a bit of information on Educasoft to read, and if you don't want it, don't. if you don't want it, I don't go mash up your system because of that thing. So if you're afraid,
afraid bad man, it's so long to take before.
Yeah, you know what? You come off of that and you stop sharing. Let's just say it's me making go. But think about it. Think about it.
All right, so I will think about it.
Yeah.
How you stop share again?
Yeah, no problem. Go to the top and right. All right. So we are the Oh, I was saying that. All right. So how many of you in class? 4? Okay, and all 4 of you in class signed on. All right, good. If there's something, Michael, let's see what it is that is. Those are detailed using the Safari 16.6. And I need to ask them to. All right. Okay, yeah. So when you go to all right, let me just import your syllabus, please. 2021. 2021. Let's see, 2021. 2022. Oh Lord. Okay. What's I supposed to do? All right, so when you go to tools for me, please, and click on syllabus and tell me if you're seeing your syllabus there now.
Yes, sir. And it's downloadable.
And it's downloadable. So and you can view it and the whole stuff and everything that I just showed you a while ago. So you see that is I'm not making up anything. What I did was just to go on and pull the information out from the syllabus so I can have it there. So you can see that I'm actually, it says I have 6 hours to do presentation of data and I'm pretty much moving. Mark you, I reach a part now where I'm going to slow down because to understand the frequency distribution is going to take a little while. But then I'm going to move into measures of central tendency. As I said before, let me go back for those of you who may have missed it. As I said before, the unit 1 is lots of reading. The introduction to environmental statistics, all that reading is on Educasoft, and I want you to read it. We're talking about statistics, descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, the uses and abuses of statistics, nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio of, all of them something here. So methods of data collection, discrete and continuous variables, and statistics used in environmental science. So it's lots of reading. I don't want to come to class and sit and read for you. So that's why I jumped over 1 because I know I have it here and I want you to sit and read. However, I will come to class and have conversations with you, having read the stuff. So I'm moving into 2. Then after that, I'm going to move into measures of central tendency. This is where I'm going to calculate. And you see, look at that. Measures of central tendency, so short it is, just 2 topics, 2 content areas. So we're going to determine the arithmetic mean.
I'm not seeing you, share.
Oh, I apologize. Seen it now?
Yes, sir. Seeing it.
So we're going to look at just the arithmetic mean, the geometric mean, mode, median, and then factors influencing the use of a specific measure of central tendency. So that will take us a little time just to do the stuff, for you to get a little comfortable with it. And then we're going to be looking at the measures of dispersion, how it is that the data that would have collected here, how they disperse. So we're going to look at range, interquartile range, deviation, standard deviation, variance, skewness, and then we're going to also analyze some statistical data commenting on the spread and the shape. So we're going to look at some of those measures of dispersion, so forth and so on. So that is pretty short. Deciles, percentiles, quartiles, interquartile range, quartile deviation. So these are some of the things that we need to know how to calculate. And all of those are on the platform as well, Educasoft platform. And then now the heavy one is going to be Unit 5, where it is that we're going to be talking about probability and probability distribution. And you talk about the axioms of probability. Probability has several axioms that we need to know. We need to know them. We need to talk about, all these wonderful stuff, permutation, combination. We need to do some probability calculations, discrete probability distribution, binomial probability distribution, Poisson distribution, and the works. And then we're going to do some sampling theory, how it is that we're doing our sampling. And this one here is a must-have. You must get a full question on this linear regression and correlation. There is no statistics paper that has ever made without this topic on it. At some point in time, to be honest, what I may do is do 3 and 4. Measure of 3 and 4. Then I'm going to jump probability and probability distribution and go to number 7. I need to spend some quality time. It says only 4 hours, but I'm going to spend some quality time on this because you guys must get it. You guys must understand it. I won't be playing with you guys as it relates to it. The question should come for about a 30 mark. And I want to ensure that you guys maximize on those 30 marks. If you can maximize on the 30 marks on this and play around with any other question, you pass the course. None of you should be failing my course. You don't need to fail it. Only 7 away. Una my pitney. So you have to do the work. We don't want a lazy man write this. And if one person is understanding, meet with the other person to help them, right? So Educasoft is there. Let us be very intimate with Educasoft. We're gonna read our Educasoft. Oopsie daisy. I keep doing that and I should.
Sir,
Yes,
I don't have to change the password.
Unless somebody knows your email address, they can use that to get into your stuff. So I would recommend that you change the password. Just play around with it. Add something to it and put something that you can remember. You want to keep your account secure.
All right, sir. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, man, just play around with it. Okay, so thanks, Paz, for asking me about Canvas, and I gave you wrong information that yes, I will post it to Canvas. No, I will not post it to Canvas. Do you recognize that every bit of notes that you're going to need for the course is already now on Educasoft? When you go to your tutorials, every single
Yes, sir.
Right. So what I'm saying to you, just read. You guys are smart people. You guys have done pretty well and are doing well. Just start reading. Just start reading. Go through the stuff. Practice. Complete your assessments, and you should be good to go. All right. So what time is this now? I have 20 minutes left. Let me. All right. Just look at that for 1 minute. Let me just get a drink of some water. All right. So we need to look at, sometimes they will ask us to do some frequency table. And all of this now is in preparation to doing our calculation with the measures of central tendency. So, and you know, some other little calculation, calculating the range and the interquartile range and the standard deviation and your variance and all those little calculations is what all of this is going to ask us to do eventually. So let us look at what a frequency table looks like. And I'm going to ask you to grab a calculator, preferably not a cell phone. You need to have a calculator. So for the frequency table, it says to arrange the following data into a frequency table. Now, when you go out there to collect data, all right. Asia, where's work for you, hon?
Kingston College.
Adowa.
In the office.
All right, good answer. Okay, so Asia is at KC. So Asia is collecting no, it can't be age. She's collecting the score for an environmental science, Cape Environmental Science exam. Incidentally, just allow me to pause and just encourage you guys with that. So when you finish your degree, guys, if you want, you are more than qualified to go and teach Cape Environmental Science, both units 1 and 2. You are more than qualified to go and teach it. All right? So the sky's your limit. If you are interested in becoming a teacher after this, go and do your 1-year teaching diploma so that when you enter the service, you're not paid at the bottom of the scale. You are going to be paid as a graduate trained teacher. I will say this to you, not that I'm training you to go off foreign, but if the opportunity opens up, once you have your teaching diploma and your degree, you can apply to teach. All right. You're going to be classified as a science teacher. So the sky is your limit. All right. Hold on a minute, please. Right. So coming back to Asia. So you've collected the scores of students who would have sat an environmental science exam. And you're saying that we need to create a frequency table. Now you need to first investigate the data to see how it is that you can create a frequency table. Now, what's the lowest score? Scan through and tell me what is the lowest score in that distribution here.
Okay, 58.
58 is correct. And the highest score is 93, is it?
93.
Mm-hmm. So I can create a class interval. I can create a class interval from 50 to 59. And then from 60 to 69, so forth and so on. And then from that class interval now, I am going to go ahead and create that frequency table. Looking now at the tally, and I want you to focus on
Sorry, you kind of lost me though. Like based off of the score that the lowest one and the highest one that you mentioned, and then the class interval, like where's the correlation between the two of them? When you say 50 to 59 and then the 58 to the 93.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I am creating a class interval, and they will tell you to create a class interval of a width. They will give you the width of the interval to create, say like 10 and 5. I will give you information how to create the intervals. So I'm just showing you what it is that I would have done is to create a class interval from 50 to 59. So I'm creating from 50 to 59 is how many?
9.
All right, something that we're going to talk about.
10.
So it's either 9 or 10. Right. But it's one of the two, but I'll show you how it is that we can definitively know that it's 9 or it is 10. So I have my interval width. So what I'm saying to you, Paz, is given this width, say this width is given, the class interval width is given, what I'm doing now is looking to see how many of these numbers fall within the range 50 to 59. Sometimes, you got to an organization and you're filling out something and they say, what age group you're falling. They give you a band and ask you what age group you're falling. And if you're 30 to 35, or whatever it is, so they're not asking you a specific age. They're just asking you what band you fall into. Anybody ever see that on a form before?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Back in the days with census, when I
mm-hmm. So that's what is happening. So I'm looking for my band, and I'm seeing here that I just have 150. So my tally is going to be 1. Then I'm looking at the band 60 to 69. How many numbers do I have falling in 60 to 69? Let's count. We have 1. We have 2. We have 3.
3.
4 right here. 5.
5.
6.
7.
See here? So we use these ones and then we'll count it off in 5s. Plus 2 more. And my frequency is 7. So what it says? Frequency distribution. So this is how my frequency distribution table is going to look. So I have my tally, and then I'm writing the frequency. The frequency is how many times it appears. And it appears 7 times.
7 times.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm also now looking at the range 70 to 79. Let's count. 70 to 79. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get my 4 right here. And then I'm looking at the frequency now between 80 to 89. 80 to 89 is going to be 1 here. 2, 3, 3.
3.
I get my 3. And then I'm going to have 90 to 99. We found only 1 when we spoke a bit about it earlier. So what it says that my frequency is that I have 16 sets of data. Can you count up here so and say that it's 16 data I have, please? Because every time you do that, the number of data that you have up top is supposed to match the number of data that is in your table.
Yes, sir. 16.
What that is saying is that I would have captured all of them. I'd have captured all of them. Now, there are other bits of information in this table that I'll just briefly show you what it is that we're doing. The midpoint, how that midpoint is found, it's going to be the midpoint of my class interval. So it's going to be 50 plus 59 divided by 2, and it gives me 54.5. And the midpoint is going to be very important because the midpoint is what I'm going to be using to multiply by my frequency. Because what it is that I'm actually moving now into, remember we spoke about the measures of central tendency and how to calculate the mean from the data. This is what we're going to end up doing now. So when you add 50 to 59, you don't believe me, I want somebody to try it for me, please. Add 50 and 59 and then divide it by 2 and tell me what you get.
So you get 109 when you add them and 54.5 when you divide it by 2.
Try any other one and see if you get the same thing that I have there.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, good. So you can actually come up with your own class interval, or the class interval can be given. Once you have the class interval, then we calculate the midpoint. So the midpoint is easy to calculate. We'll go ahead and calculate the midpoint. We'll look at our set of data. And from the data set, we can do the tally. And from the tally, we can do the frequency. So you need to memorize the headings for these stuff. And then now this is F times X. The frequency is F, and the midpoint is represented by X. So try for me now. 54.5 times 1. Oops, 54.5. Try 64.5 times 7 and tell me what you get.
Or 51.5.
Try another one out of them and tell me what you get. If it matches what I have.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So, you know, when we're calculating the mean of a set of data, how do we go about calculating the mean? Let me see if you remember. How do we calculate the mean of a set of data? We have 16 data set up here. How do we calculate the mean for that?
Yeah, add them up and then divide by the amount.
The amount.
Very good. So we would have added all the numbers up, but that is little school mathematics. Now we're in big school. So what we're talking about is the estimated mean. So when we evaluate our f of x, and then we add up all of these, do me a favor, just to make sure that my addition is correct. Can you add up all of these for me, please? 54.5, 451.50, and tell me what you get.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Very good. So what I'm going to do next now is to estimate my mean. It's going to be this number, 1152 divided by my 16. And I'm going to get an estimated mean of 72. So I'm estimating the mean to be 72. Everybody agrees with me that it's 72?
Yes, sir.
All right, do me a favor now. I'm not even really interested if we get a chance to go through all of that. You don't have to worry. I will send you the document. Right? As I said before, Uno is mine. So I'll send you the document. Work with me now. I want you, all of you, to find the mean, the actual mean here, using the method that you know how to use the method. And tell me how far away or how close or if it's exactly 72 that you got.
I got exactly 1,151.
Aha. And when you divide that by 16 you get?
71.9375.
All right, good job. You see now why the word estimated is used?
Yes, sir.
Because it's not the actual mean.
Exact.
Right, it's not the exact one. But it is very close to what it is I would have gotten. You notice I got a whole number for the estimated mean. If Paz no were to round off his 71.9 something, he would have gotten the same 72. Right?
Yeah.
So I only did that Paz to show the class that all of what we just did a while ago with these 5 columns in the table to estimate the mean of the set of data is plausible. So you'd have learned another method now of how to calculate the mean of the set of data and this data that is grouped. So what we just did a while ago, we grouped our data. We got our data raw, ungrouped, and then we grouped our data, and then we're using the grouped data to evaluate our stuff. I'm pausing here for 1 minute to ask a question. Is everybody understanding? If you're not understanding, just let me know, please. Important.
Understanding clear so far.
Understanding, sir.
Mm-hmm. Asia Mummy, or you stay?
Yes, sir, I'm clear.
Good job. Nice job. All right. This is 5 minutes. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right, let me see if I can explain just the n plus 1. So what I'm technically moved into now, guys, is the measures of central tendency. The measures of central tendency is calculating the mean, the mode, and the median. The measures of central tendency is pretty much looking at calculating the mean, the mode, and the median. So once it is that, you know, you hear people talk about, we can calculate mean, mode, I mean, oh, you're doing measures of central tendency. Yes, measures of central tendency, right? But what I've done though is to skillfully integrate it with the frequency distribution that we're looking at. So the frequency distribution is also tied into the measures of central tendency. I get my data, my ungrouped data. When I group my data, I get my frequency table. And from my frequency table, I can go ahead and calculate the measures of central tendency. Just as so, with my ungrouped data, I calculate the measures of central tendency. If I were to, I should have done that. I should have done that. Let me do that with you first before I move into the group data. I want you to arrange this data for me. Arrange this data for me, either in increasing order or decreasing order. It doesn't matter. I want all of you to arrange the data for me from smallest to lowest, from smallest to largest, or from largest to smallest. I mean, quick and fast. We have 4 minutes, and we want to do this exercise in 4 minutes. Finish? Yeah? No?
Not yet, sir. Soon.
So just put them in ascending or descending order. Anyone.
Yes, man. Anyone.
Yeah, finish that part.
Mm-hmm. All right. There are 16. There's an even number of numbers. I want you to count off the first. I want you to count off the first 7 for me, please. Count off the first 7 and then put something, an asterisk over the 8th one from either side.
Sure, quick question. Even though you have like a number repeat twice, just use it once or still
use it twice. Write it 2
okay.
times. So count off 7 on either side, and on the 8th one from either side, I want you to put an asterisk over the 8th one, counting from the left to right and from right to left. And tell me if the asterisk falls on the same number.
No.
What 2 numbers, Mike, do you have in the middle with the asterisk?
65 and 66.
Tell me that everybody have the same 65 and 66. Yes, no, maybe so.
66.
And
66 and 67 and 73, sorry. Never hear the instruction. It says the asterisk supposed to go on the 8th number.
Right. From either side.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So 66 and 73.
Everybody agrees?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I hear from Mike, I hear from Paz.
From each end you're counting from.
Right. From each end of counting.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you put in an asterisk on the 8th one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Venika, agree? Ajabu, what say you?
Yes, sir, I agree.
All right. Now, to find the median, when you have an even number of numbers, you're going to end up with 2 numbers in the middle. You're going to find the average of those 2 numbers. What 2 numbers have in the middle again? 66 and 73?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When you find the average of those 2 numbers, what you get?
139.
Right, and then divided by 2, you get what?
69.5.
69.5.
69.5. All right, so that is the ugly way of doing it. The little school way. The big school way of doing it now for number 2. Do you recognize that I got my 69.5 right here?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right.
yes, sir.
All right. So you may say to me, but sir, why I forgot you all the way up on screen for just calculate the 69.5. We do this because what you just did a while ago is to calculate the median for the ungrouped data. I guarantee you 100% that you will not get anything with the ungrouped data. I guarantee that they're going to group the data, because grouping the data now, you can ask Wally for more stuff, and the questions kind of a little bit different, and it's going to require a little bit more work. So next class, I'm going to send you some notes, but you also have enough to read through on Edico. But I'm going to send you this in particular, so that based on what you just did, you can look to see if you can follow my instructions here, how to go about calculating the median from your grouped data. You see the data is grouped. See here the class interval. So you're going to get something like this, and you will now need to calculate the median. How is this important? Very, very important. You may go and get data from an external source that is already grouped, and it's for you now to go ahead and do the information, do the calculation or interpretation from the data. So the truth of the matter is, when I say that I have one number between 50 and 59, do I know what the number is?
No.
Repeat that,
I
sir.
don't. No, I'm saying to you, if I told you that I have 7 numbers between 60 and 69, do I know what the 7 numbers are?
No,
No.
I don't. And sometimes when you get your group data, you don't have the raw data with it. So you can't go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to calculate it just using the addition and, you know, counting off, and then you're not going to have the raw data, which is your on-group data. They're going to already group the data for you, and you will know how to use that in order to do your calculation. So you need to know both methods, all right? So I'm going to send this off to you sometime later. Just going to take a little breeze now, cool off a little headspace. I really hope that you guys are following what is happening. Not just the environmental stats, but there are other courses that you're doing, business, not business, environmental law, built environment, which is the fourth one? Oh, you're doing a project now. You
Project.
capstone now?
Yes, the final project, the project design and environmental
implementation.
And implementation, yeah, right.
and environmental management.
Yeah.
Oh, so some of you can 5 courses.
All of us.
Yeah, we're doing 5 this semester.
Except Kyle. Well,
Yeah.
Kyle as well.
We're doing
Yeah,
5
guess what?
still.
Right. Well, guess what? You guys can manage. The implementation is a no exam course, so maybe that's why I get 5. It's just your project. So just make sure that you're on target for all of those. What is going to be required of you though for the math is lots of reading. So log on from now, please. Read. Put TikTok on pause. And the time you're going to use TikTok to read, you just go on. You can access Edithasoft from your cell phone, incidentally. And especially that you're reading, you can do the reading from your Edithasoft. From your cell phone. All right. I would recommend if you're doing the questions, you're on a computer, because at least the screen is a little bigger, so forth and so on. But I depend on you. There are 3 of you who should be finished this year, and I'm depending that all 3 of you will finish. It's just one of the 3 that is here, and the rest of you will just have 1 more year, because Benika, you recognize that this is your final semester because there's no summer.
Yes, sir.
You're in your final semester. So the year 3 students, you just have 1 summer. It's a 5 summer rubbishness, 5 semester program for the upper level. So the year 3 students will have 1 summer program, 1 summer to do. So technically after this semester, you have 3 more semesters and you're done. All right. So all the best. Thanks for coming out. Hope you learned something again. I'll send you this shortly so you can play around. Please remember to read. All right.
All right, sir.
I already
Yes,
got
sir.
into the degree now, sir, so I have to read.
Absolutely. You have to read for it. Yeah, man. All right, guys. Bless up. Take care.
All right,
Yes.
thanks.
Yeah, man.